Claus the black man. Santa Claus the black man and his handsome like my daddy too. Santa Claus the black man. Santa Claus the black man, and I found out that's why I'm telling you.
Hey guys, so for today's video, I thought it would be really cool to showcase some of the smaller collections that I don't really talk all that much about. Now, a majority of these products should be here. There may be one or two products that are in like maybe my top drawer or even in my shop, my stash. So those may not be showcased because honestly, I just don't feel like digging through those collections. But for a majority of the fact, these are the collections that need to be represented here. And I'm just going to go through, it's pretty much going to be like a silent with some music in the background. I hope you guys had a good holiday. This is the first video I've uploaded since then that I've really, thought to think about that. But really it's going to be about making sure things that are old get decluttered. I'm not going to hold you up. A lot of the products in these respective categories I don't use a lot, excluding this category, which are my cream bases, because this category literally was created this year. I have used a lot of them, but a lot of these other categories I haven't. I also have my face palettes on the outside of the shot, and I will be showcasing those in this video as well. So like I said, it's really gonna be a kind of silent, quiet declutter. I may do some swatching and show you guys, but yeah, I figured this may be a nice chill one. Tomorrow's upload is definitely gonna be my eyeshadow palette declutter and collection, so stay tuned for that one. I know a lot of people really look forward to those types of videos every year, and I think that's about it. So yeah, I'm just gonna focus on one drawer at a time, and we're gonna get down to it.
Fresh air, bright moon, dance for you, dance for love, lose control tonight. You gotta move your body, everybody. You gotta move your body, everybody.
Okay, I don't know what to really do with these products. These three are activated waterliners I've had for years. I think I'm just gonna throw these away. And then this is a really old one as well. It's still good, but I don't know. It feels like I should throw this away. And on that same tip, this is another old one. This is Piggy Bank from ColourPop. It's still good, but once again, it just feels like something I should throw away. I've had it for a really long time. So this is now my drawer. Hopefully it actually fits correctly. These are all of my lip liners. All of these are good. I mean, there's really no rhyme or reason. I do have a couple of more brownie true browns in my top drawer. I realized I have a NYX one that I purchased probably last year when I ran out of my MAC one or something. So I'm gonna work on those, but these are all good. They're perfectly fine. There's no reason to really declutter any of these lip liners.
It's time to celebrate your heart, celebrate your heart, celebrate you. It's time to celebrate your heart, celebrate your heart, celebrate you. Clear sky,
I said, I use a lot of eyeliners. Actually, I use an eyeliner in my waterline every day that I put on makeup. And this does not have all of them. I have quite a few more of these LA Girl ones that are in my top drawer actually. But these are all good. The only one that I literally haven't opened is literally this LA Girl. It is a dark blue and that is unique to this collection. So I am going to go ahead and keep it. But I did declutter a few. I decluttered my two LH cosmetics and this glittery NYX one. They're just old, and the LH, they started to lift from the packaging. That means they're starting to dry out, and this one I just don't need, and it's too similar to other ones that I decided to keep. And then these four are glitter liners from NYX. They're actually really, really good, but once again, they're just like deceptively old. Like I had these in my last degree program, so that was quite some years ago. With products that I tend to use around my eyes, I'm going to be a little bit more careful about the longevity and the length that I keep them. So for these, I'm going to go ahead and throw away as well. Alrighty, last collection we're going to highlight today in this kind of organizing situation is going to be my eye bases. I've really enjoyed using eye colored bases this year. So yeah, let's see what I get rid of and what I keep. If I had to say like there were products in this collection that I didn't particularly get on with, you guys know my feelings. Everybody knows my feelings at this point about these Haus Labs pigments. So yeah, for whatever reason though, I feel like I should still keep them, but I don't genuinely know what I could do with them. I don't know. So I'll just keep them for maybe like another year. Who knows? These three are different. So they all have like a sheen to them. They're not a straight up matte, but I also feel like, actually I really do like this one. This one's definitely staying. This one is from like LA Girl or whatever. And although I don't find that I would use this as a base, I could definitely use that as like a standalone eyeshadow. I've done that before. But anyways, so this thread one, I don't know. I'll just keep them all. I think they're all very, very new. Like I said, I just got this collection this year. I also am just enjoying having a lot of variety when it comes to cream bases and really playing with them. More so recently, I actually put this as a base. It is no, not this one. It's the other one. I put this as a base, which is the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Cobblestone. I put this as a base for Christmas. I had this, I blended it out with a shade or two from one of the Christmas Odin's Eyes palettes. I put on a shimmer on my eye and I was done. I was able to complete that look within like 5-10 minutes because I was running late per usual. And it was just a really nice look. So I want to continue to really experiment with using these bases in different ways. See if I have a favorite kind of one shadow look base in here, all of that. So I'm actually going to keep all of these. So as with my whole collection declutter series this year, I'm not really getting rid of a lot. And actually, one thing that is unique is all of these are literally going in the trash, and they're all going in the trash because they're all extremely old. I know I could probably keep these water activated liners, but there's like a film on top of them because when I was using them a lot, and with that water just sitting in there, I feel like there's so much bacteria just sitting here waiting to attack my eyes, and I am just not about it. But the actual product is fantastic. I would highly recommend actually all of these products, even the ColourPop one, although from what I hear those are not all created equal. But still, all of the other products I really do enjoy. They're just really old, and so it's time for them to leave. So I'm gonna clean off my hand, throw these in the trash, and then we are gonna go right into the next collection that I want to showcase today, which is all about my face palettes. Alrighty, so now we are into the face palettes, and I decided to stack on top the face palettes that were pre-made from the brand, and then on the bottom we have kind of my depotted products, etc., etc. So on top we have the Luxe Beauty face palette. Every time I try to declutter this, I swatch it and the shades are fantastic. I've already spent my money on it, so I'm gonna keep it. This is a thicker, more opaque formulation though, so you should keep that in mind. I have absolutely no idea if this brand is still making face palettes, if the brand is still available. A lot of things has changed in the indie world, and I just haven't felt the need to go back to this brand in particular because they do a lot of these types of products or just single eyeshadows. And I've definitely gravitated more towards eyeshadow palettes and even more so single cheek products. So that's why, but still fantastic product, and I would recommend it in case you were interested. Next is actually from Juvia's Place. This is their collaboration with Fumi. I absolutely love this face palette. This face palette is going nowhere. I love that I can not only get use out of all of these shades, but I can actually mix them and match them. You can see I mixed the purple at that moment, probably with all three blushes, because I really love mixing and matching with this palette. The highlighters are fantastic as well. Really love it. Love the creator as well. I do follow her. Fantastic. This is actually not a pre-made one, so this needs to go at the bottom. Okay, next is another Juvia's Place. They are where I started when it came to highlighter and also just face products in general. I really gravitated towards the brand because at this time, this was the biggest well-known Black-owned brand that I knew I could get products that work for my skin tone. This is volume 1. I think volume 2 is actually lighter. Absolutely love this face palette. This is literally the first highlighter that I ever wore. And as you can see, I really got into it. I hit pan. This is once again a thicker formula when it comes to highlighter, but I really do enjoy it. I was actually able to use this as a bronzer. I used all these as blushes. This was a lighter highlighter, but now I actually appreciate it. So yeah, once again, still something that I'm gonna keep. I know it's grungy and dirty, but you know, it's mine. I bought it. It's my collection. There's that. This was my favorite of all of the ABH glow kits that I ended up picking up, and this is the one in Dream. I absolutely love this glow kit. It is glittery, but it has that iridescent and like see-through kind of formulation to it where that you can really buff this into your skin and get that glit within and like very glowy. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that in the background. They're doing some construction in the area, and honestly, I just don't have any other time that I can film this video. So there's that. But like I said, this is a really pretty formula, and I do have favorites in this particular palette. I believe I actually hit pan in Magic. Yeah, I did. I hit pan in Magic. I think it was in a project pan one year, and then I like put this away to give it some rest, but I still enjoy the idea of this being in my collection. I enjoy using this, so this is definitely staying. Now we have come to the section where these are palettes that oh my goodness, I am a mess. I'm a whole mess. That's not a palette I created. Okay, last palette that was created by the brand, and this is from Lunatics Labs. This is their contour book, volume 2. So they particularly created this book for darker skinned people in mind, and I don't even know why I picked this up, to be quite honest, because I don't contour at all. And yeah, I mean, this is okay. This is very much okay, but it was so expensive that I cannot bear to literally give it away, throw it away, whatever. So it literally sits in my collection. The blushes are okay, but like this whole, it's just okay. I would not recommend this, but I know some people really enjoy it. It just, I don't get my money worth out of this, but like I said, I can't part ways with it. It was just extremely expensive. Okay. So this is just 2 random cheek products. Well, actually, this is actually not even a cheek product. This is actually an eyeshadow from Meltin, I don't even know, Classic. Yeah, this is from the Melt Rust Stack, and this is actually the KVD highlighter that more so in this year was in my project pan. it clearly is not anymore. I like both of these products. These are both going to be probably put into different palettes because there's no reason to keep them in the small one. It was just easier for me to keep them in this when I had it in my top drawer, but now I'll probably reorganize these products. Next, we have this Saucebox random collection of products. I threw a bunch of things in here. These three are actually from the Fenty Beauty highlighter palette from like 4 years ago. I think this was like I think this was from their very first holiday collection. I really enjoyed these shades from that palette. I didn't need the whole palette, but these 3 shades I really wanted to keep, and I had emptied out this Saucebox palette years ago, so I figured put it here. So that's that. I will be keeping this, of course. Some other products that I really enjoy. This is the Hula Toasted. This one, I don't even know which one this is. This one has no name, so it is from something, but it is a face. Oh, this is from that black-owned brand that had a 4-pan. I had it last year. I depotted 2 shadows for myself. One broke. This was the one that didn't break. I'll probably playing in Makeup by Yolanda. They had a 4-pan bronzer palette. This was the only one that did not break when I tried to depot it for myself, so I kept these. These are both from Sydney Grace. I really like this one. No, they're not from Sydney Grace. Oh my god, I'm messing up completely. These are from Beauty Bakery. In her, she had like a blushy palette thing. These 2 were the shades that I preferred out of all of them, so I kept this one. This one is from Sydney Grace, and this is Bunny Ring. This is a beautiful shade on my complexion. Beautiful. This is a beautiful blush from Lethal. I really did like this blush. I had intended to buy more cheek products. I just never got around to it. And let's see if I can throw this highlighter in here as well. So yeah, there's that. Very dirty, very grungy, but it's true to my collection. And yeah, in case you're wondering, I do have pan on this beauty right here, and it's really low. The rest of it, I could probably hit some major pan if I really wanted to. Next, we have some more highlighters and other products from a bunch of indie brands. I absolutely love this row. Those are all pretty much Divina or Luxe. This is just a really fun palette. This is a limited edition highlighter that I absolutely love. I know some people use it as a blush, but I use it kind of both. This is actually a blush that I use as a highlighter. But either way, absolutely love this palette. Nothing is going away. Then we have these. These are just more independently owned highlighters. These are all the duochrome finish, and these are all nice and thin. I really love this formula. This was one of those formulas that Emily Violet Marie recommended. Very affordable brand. And in case you want to know, it is from Vanessa's Vanity. Very affordable brand. I have highlighters and I also have eyeshadows from this brand. Absolutely recommend. Of course, I also have Luxe as well, but this formula is just outstanding and it's really pretty. And then the last face palette I have, a bunch of these are from Sydney Grace as well. These 2 are actually from MAC. And yeah, I'm not getting rid of these either. So yeah, I don't really know. I would be interested to see if I can compress some of these things and maybe put these here. Although if I remember correctly, this is a really bad like magneting system, so maybe that's why I didn't put them in here. But I really would like to have less palettes. Even, yeah, I don't really trust this palette, but I don't plan to travel with it, so maybe it will work. Yeah, that worked beautifully. So 1 empty palette, actually 2 empty palettes through that. So yeah, I didn't actually plan to declutter any of these. I actually really have honed these nicely. Eventually I will be able to say goodbye to that, but otherwise these are all very much favorites. I've only really brought in favorite cheek palettes from now. I do have, like I said, a couple others, but they're in different sections of my collection because I have a couple videos that I need to film for later this week, and so those are going to be represented in those videos. So very simple, easy collection video, really just giving you guys the odd bits and ends that I did not feature in other videos. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, tomorrow will be the eyeshadow palette collection and declutter. I'm going to try to get that filmed actually right now. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, which, like I said, will be tomorrow for my collection and declutter of my eyeshadow palettes. Bye guys.